Hello, my Flosstube friends. It's time for a Friday episode and a kind of quasi whip parade slash stitch or ditch. Hi, I'm Annie, Joy-Filled Stitcher, both here on Flosstube, Joy-Filled Annie over on Instagram, and I'm back for another episode this week. So I would say this is probably, we might call it Flosstube 136 or another extra video. So if you didn't see, I posted my very first video in quite some time back earlier this week. Hold on. It is Friday today, Friday, August the 14th. And I am coming to you with a parade of whips. A whip parade. A whip parade. I know that I love watching whip parades. I get so much inspiration from them. And honestly, I need to deal with the chaos that is the amount of projects I have and really take a good, hard, split-second decision of, am I gonna ever want to stitch this and finish it, or am I gonna ditch it? And then that will allow me to obviously, hopefully, maybe, I don't know, we'll see, declutter some of the patterns and things of that nature. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for who knows how long of a video this will be. I am in my kind of office space that's in the front of our house, and I'm sitting on the floor because I have two giant, they're big bins. They're not completely full, but they're pretty full bins of whips. So there is no particular order to these. I'm literally just going to be pulling things out. And I think some of the few things that I have might actually be, a couple of these might be kitted things or things that I have intentions to maybe start. And so depending upon how long this runs, we'll see. There is going to be some zipping and unzipping. I'm going to try to keep it down lower to the floor in hopes that it does not get too annoying. First up, we have a Satsuma Street pattern. This is the Noel sampler. This was one that I did as a stitch along, a SAL, back when it came out in whatever year that was. I don't have my notes on this, and I don't even have all four parts printed out, but these were the first two parts. And I will say that one change that I was making to this is that in the middle it was going to say Noel, and I think that I had stitched the frame to exclude the letters and to do those separately, I think. Oh, actually I do know when I started this, October 2021. Thank you, past me, for writing it on the outside of the thing. So yes, that is exactly what I am doing, and this is exactly how much I have. So this is like a piece of 16 count kind of gray Aida, nothing fancy, nothing too amazing, but I basically just have all the squares stitched. So I do love Satsuma Street. I love the bright colors. I'll show you those. So super bright, fun colors. I think that I'm gonna keep this in the stitch pile, because I love stitching Christmas all year long, and I think I will probably stitch this and finish it at some point. So I'm gonna put that over there. All right, next up, in a fun, beautiful William Morris fabric bag, we have Mirabilia. This is Gathering Eggs, and I tried Fancy Ladies. I think I have one started maybe, but I love the style of this. Very vintage. So yeah, I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count Storm Lugana fabric. And this is what it is looking like at this point. So a lot of this is kind of a full coverage type stitch. So yeah, I do like stitching this. I am kind of a lot of an Aida stitcher, but I really do occasionally like to stitch on even weave, not so much linen. I did back in the early days of things, but I like to be able to see my stitching. All right, next up, oh, we're gonna stitch that. So far we've ditched nothing. All right, this is one that I believe back in 2021 or 2022, Michelle, Bindi Stitchy, she did auction items to benefit. And this is a shepherd's bush. It's titled Shepherd's Earth. And this actually is not only the pattern, but it is the nearly completed stitch. And then it has all of the, it has the working copies, all of the beads, all of the floss, all of that. I just need to finish this. That's why I purchased it. But I'm going to be honest with you. Shepherd's Bush patterns of yore are hard to, they're kind of hard to read. So I'm going to put this in my come back to it pile, but I think this may be a ditch. I think this may be one that I pass on to someone else who might enjoy stitching it more than me. All right, next up we've got, this was a 2020 start in October, and this is out of a magazine series. It's a magazine series by Cherry Wood Design Studios, which, if you do not know, back in the days of cross stitch, like when I kind of started cross stitching back in the 2000s-ish, late 90s, 2000s, Kathy Haberman and Teresa Curry had Cherry Wood Design Studios, and they did a whole series in, this is Cross Stitch and Needlework magazine, and it was November 2011. It was 2011, and I think it ran into 2012, but it is a series of 12 days of Christmas ornaments. Here's 5 through 8. And one thing that I love about them is they're actually double-sided, and the front is the like 5 golden rings, and then the second part of that is the back, which is, so like here is partridge, and then you've got the Old and New Testament, you've got this, etc. So I love that. Let me show you what I have so far. Hello. Filming a video, just letting you know. Let's see what I have, because I really don't remember what I have. Okay, so I'm doing this on 2 different colors of Be Stitch Me Ada. So it looks like I have the partridge, which I'm doing all the fronts on this kind of darker color, this dark gray. I'll look and see if I know the color name of the fabric. And then this is the back on kind of a cream color. So let me see. So I'm doing the darker colored Ada is 18 count. It's, oh, that's my back. Don't look at that. Urgh. 18 count Be Stitch Me and Dirty Chalkboard. And then the back of the ornaments will be 18 count Be Stitch Me Outback Jack. And then I did a conversion to things from my Fancy Floss stash. So got a lot of really lovely colors here. A lot, I think, of Victorian Motto and some Forbidden Fiber Co. And yeah, it looks like it's mostly Victorian Motto and Forbidden Fiber Co. And it looks like I've gotten part of the border stitched on the second ornament. This is one that I could honestly probably do like carpool stitching. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna stitch that. I'm gonna put the magazine back with it. Okay, so this one is another project that kind of got passed on to me. So my across the street neighbor, from back when we moved into about the first 8 years we lived here, was a cross stitcher. I did not know that at the time. She ended up finding me my videos, which is kind of cool. And when she moved, she left me with all of her patterns. So she had a bunch from Marbeck and Lavender and Lace. And so she liked kind of the angels and the fancy ladies and things like that. She had this one. This is from Marbeck. And this is the Baroque angel. And I think she's beautiful. I love her coloring. And so she left me with the pattern and her start, which was on Ada. And she had quite a bit done, beautiful stitching. She had some of the gold already done. So I didn't have the materials. I'm assuming she was going based on what was called for. And so I want to finish this because I think it's beautiful and I think it's a good reminder of how amazing our neighbors can be. So that's gonna stay in the stitch. Oh, this is not going well in terms of ratioing here. The stitching is ratioing the not stitching. Okay, I think, oh yeah, I have a little bit of a start on this. So this is Santa Swirly Cone by Michelle Lutzu of Stitchy Kitty. And I saw somebody else stitching this back in the day. Again, this is from December 2022. So this is one of my newer starts. And it was in, it's in a magazine. What magazine is it? Oh, The Gift of Stitching. So this was in an episode from November, it looks like 2000 from there. And it's Santa Swirly Cone. And I think it's just so cute. It's very playful. It's very fun. And I have a bit of a start, looks like on the beard. And this is on, what is this on? Good question. Good question, Annie. What is this on? Oh, here we go. It's on an unnamed 18 count B-Stitch Me. And pulled flosses from my stash. Super fun, bright colors. There's some color and cotton in here, some DMC. So yeah, I'm excited. I will do this one for sure. Ornaments, I guess for me, one, they're fun. Two, they are a quicker stitch. And I guess I have more motivation for that. I will say that over the years of stitching, I realized I am not a like finish stitcher. I'm progress. Like just making progress on things. All right, so next up, another ornament. This one is from the Christmas Ornament Just Cross Stitch Edition 2016. And this is from Summer House Stitch Works. And it is on a piece of fabric flare. It's the fabric flare printed. It's 18 count white polka dots on coconut. It's going to be hard to see that on here. But I have a kind of a, wait, hold on. Let me show you the pattern first. Or let me show you what it looks like. So this is what it will look like. So Seek. And let's see, based on what I have marked off here. What have I stitched? Where did I go to after I started? I don't know. Didn't mark it. Cool. Awesome. Way to go, me. So we're just going to hold it like this and say this is what I have so far of the design. It's not great, but you can see just got some stitches in, and it looks like I'm kind of using a mixture of just things from my stash. Yeah, color and cotton mostly. So this is a stitch. This is a keep. This was a December 2022 start when I was trying to like stay in the feels of like, let's keep stitching and keep the momentum going. And then it was like, I fell off the wagon at that point, like completely. All right, next up we have Cuore de Battacuore. And this is Pagine de Natale. And so these are some ornaments, bookmarks, whatever you'd like to call them. And I specifically am stitching St. Lucia. Short story, long story, whatever you want to call it. When I was in 4th grade, we did Christmas Around the World. And I was St. Lucia from Sweden. And so I have a bit of a start on this. I am doing it on a bookmark. And so, yeah, I think where I was struggling was, okay, her gown is white. This bookmark is like white. So it'll be interesting to see how I play that out. For now, I'm going to put it in the like maybe pile. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not like super firmly attached to it. Okie dokie. This one and that one I started in December of 2022. Okay, so next up, this pouch, this little A5 pouch, has 4 projects in it, and they all are kind of related. 3 of them I started in 2022, or 2020, excuse me, December of 2020. One of them I started in 2021. These are all by Autumn Lane Stitchery. So we'll start with Frosty. So Frosty was originally in a issue of Just Cross Stitch. I think it was August 2020 issue of Just Cross Stitch was Frosty. And this is on a 18 count color and cotton. It was from a mystery grab bag. And that's what I have so far. Super fun stitch. So cute. That's a keep. And then we have Santa. So Santa, also from Autumn Lane Stitchery, was in the Christmas Ornaments 2020. And I have this one going on. I have quite a bit done of him. Is that him? I guess so. Anyway, I have him on this kind of mauve colored, and this is also a color in cotton, 16 count. And that is a keep. And then I've got all my flosses, mostly just the DMC. And then next up, we have Mrs. Claus. And she was also a December 2020 start. This one I got off of their Etsy as a digital pattern. So there is Mrs. Claus, so cute. Love her little hat, kind of looks like a chef hat, a la chef hat. And then there is my modest-ish start. And this is on a, I'm sorry guys, I feel so rusty today. It's another mystery, 16 count from Color and Cotton. And then the 2021 start was again purchased from their Etsy shop, at the time, their Etsy shop. And this is Rudolph. And I do have plans to want to do, they have an elf, like 2 different elves, a girl and a boy elf, and I'd love to do those as well. And so this is our friend Rudy Rudolph, and this is on what is it on? Let's see. Did I even write it down? I think because it's a printed fabric, I'm guessing it's a fabric flare, but I don't have it written down. And this is what I have so far, is 1 antler. And I think that, yeah, is right. I don't know. I think that's right, but I have 1 antler. So those are all keeps. And I'm going to quickly, so I don't lose anything along the way, I'm going to shove all this back in this bag. So I hope everybody is having a great end to this week. Here in Texas, while I'm shoving this in here, it is hot. It is very, very hot. It is, I think yesterday we got to 108 maybe. Which is oppressive, but you know what, we're trying to survive. Okay, so next up, what do we have? Oh yes, so this is one that it's based, I think it's a color conversion of a lavender lace. I think it's the Celtic Ladies maybe. And I love the coloring of this, and I am actually stitching this for a friend who lost their daughter, who was 5 at the time that they lost her, and her favorite color was orange, and just sweet little baby angel. And so I am doing this. I did swap some of the colors even a little further to deepen them. So I said that I don't really do fancy ladies, but I am attempting this one. So this is what I have so far. So you can see the hem of her skirt and some of this detailing up here. So yeah, I am using, what am I using? Let's see. I am using a 28 count Monaco. It is a hand dyed by Oksana. I got this from her stash unloading sales like way back when. So I apologize that I don't know where to find her now. But yeah, and so I've got all the beads and the fancy strings and all the things in here. And this is actually in a bag that one of my awesome stitcher friends created for me way back in the day, and I love it. And this project brings me joy, so it's for sure, because it's for someone. That is a keep. All right, now this is a project that came out repeatedly every single year because I've been working on these for my mom for quite some time. And that is the Plum Street Sampler, Noah's Christmas Ark. And so I currently have stitched, as far as I know, all the way through the 3rd chart. I think I started these and I was doing 2 per year. So it looks like I am on, the one that I'm currently working on is this one. And it's parrots. I'm calling them cardinals. That's wrong, but still. And this is what I have. And I'm doing this on Mystic Fabrics, hand-dyed Mystic Fabrics. Let's see if I have it written down. 18 count, a mystery. And so yeah, my goal would be to do all of these. I'm behind. I was very consistent for those first couple of years, and then I fell off. And I fully finished some of them. I have not fully finished them all. So that's a keep. All right, then in this big giant bag, this is stitching the high notes. I do know that. And I bought it for a knitting project, but I ended up putting this project in here because yeah. So this is kind of a come back to it roundabout way. This is Brooks Books, what is it called? Advent Animals. And so I've had these for forever. I have stitched several of them, so I will show you the ones I have stitched. Don't ask me why I skipped one. I don't know. So I have Katie Kitty, which is number 1. And then we've got the polar bear, number 2. I skipped 3. And then we've got the cute little Scotty dog is 4. And so I want to work on these. At one point I thought, hey, let me switch over to sulky. So I did a sulky conversion. So I just want to get back into them. I have actually a few of them in this smaller pouch with similar colors. And so I pulled Mary Mouse and Pearly Pig as the next 2 to work on because they share a lot of common colors. So we're going to see. I haven't actually stitched any with the sulky petites, so we'll see if I like it or if I just want to go back to the DMC. But I have all of the fabric cut onto small squares, and this is like just a kind of light bluish, sky bluish Aida. I think it's either a 16 or an 18 count. So these are a yes, keep. And that is 1 bin complete. That was definitely the not as full bin. So far I have exactly 1 that I am ditching and 1 in the maybe pile. This is not looking great, folks. Okay, sorry for the loudness as I move 1 bin to move the other bin. All right, so next up, we have, this was a stitch along that Caterpillar Cross Stitch invited me to participate in. And this was from September of 2022. And this is Stitch into Christmas. It has been fully released. You can go on their site and get the PDF pattern, or they may even still have some of it kitted. I'm not entirely certain. And I'm using the flosses that came with it. And I believe I'm even using the same fabric that it came with, which is a 16 count like navy Aida. And I have a pretty good start on it. I love the cute little needle minder. I have mentioned in many, many, many of my old videos that I love Caterpillar Cross Stitches needle minders. So there is, I think this was all of release 1. Obviously, a lot of these projects have not been touched in a while and need to be ironed. But I guess I am of the opinion that we iron when we're done. But I guess I could have ironed for today, but that would not be realistic, and that would not be me. So yeah, I do think that potentially, I have a whole bucket of finishes. I'd love to show you all those. They're not fully finishes, they're just finishes. The stitching is finished. And that would be fun. All right, next up, this is Autumn Squirrel, and this is a Barbara Anna design. And this was in the 2021 Fall Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. This was actually a stitch along that Link is my homeboy did for her birthday that year. And so I am stitching this on a piece of, I think it's just like a mystery grab bag from Color and Cotton. So it's this fun olive, and I just had started, it's got a very fall vibe, and then pulled some flosses from my stash. Looks like I've got some DMC, Victorian Motto, Color and Cotton. Yeah, so, and then this is in a fun little squirrel bag from, this is So Much to Love on Etsy. I've had this one for a while. It's had multiple different squirrel patterns in it over time. So yay, fun. I think I might also potentially kind of make a little pile of like, hey, what's really close? And can we get it done before the end of the year? Next up, this was a February 2021 start, and this is Hands-On Design, a waffle lot. This was from the Black Needle Society's Date with Your Stitching box. I'm sure it's available now, but I don't know that for a fact. I am stitching mine on, what am I stitching mine on? Seems like a question I keep asking myself a lot. I am stitching this on a Blush 20 count Aida, and I mean, this is not too far from being done. I literally have just this border. Now I'm not making it into a square like the pin cushion. And so, and I've tent stitched a bunch of this border. So I literally think it's the border. And then there is some back stitching in there, but I don't even know if I'm going to do that. So this one, I think I'm going to put it as kind of my first project in the, get this done, girl. So you can, one, pass this chart off to somebody else. So we're going to put that over here on this side. That is a stitch and get it finished. Get it finished. What is it that, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a complete and total blank. Okay, well, I'll think about it and it'll come up. But marching orders. Why am I struggling? Oh my gosh. It's gonna frustrate me. Okay, I gotta move on because I'm frustrated with myself now. Okay, next up we have, this is from who? Bent Creek. This is Noah's the Ark mantle, or the Noah's Ark mantle. Love this. When I purchased it, I thought I was only getting the one part of it. I actually got all three, which is great because it is in 3 parts. I started this in 2020, May of 2020. And this is on what? This is on an 18 count Mystic Fabrics. And I actually have a pretty decent start on it. I think it's so cute. The monkeys are very Barrel of Monkey kind of thing. You've got your Live by Faith, the 2 alligators or crocodiles, the 2 elephants. So yeah, this is one that I need to spend some time on. This is such a fun stitch. It's an easy stitch too. Bent Creek is so nice. And then it looks like I'm stitching it pretty much with just the called for DMC. So yeah, this is, I mean, it's not close enough to a finish, but as you can see, I have the first third of the bottom motif. So next up would be the ark, and then you've got kind of this bookshelf of animals, and then the giraffes. The giraffes are so cute, and the horses and the llamas. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then I had, I think, one more bird maybe to stitch on one side. And then I have the rainbow of colors at the top, which I love. So that is a stitch. Okay, next up. Oh, this is my blackbird. Okay, so Blackbird. This is the Garden Club series. This is on 18 count color and cotton, and it's in the color Spectre. Started this May of 2020, and I have stitched, this is 4 parts that I'm stitching. I think the original series has 12 maybe, or 8. I'm stitching 4 of them, and I have done 2. These are the 2 I have remaining. So I have, I'm gonna do Butterfly Garden, and then I'm gonna do Fairy Garden. And let me show you what I have. This on a giant piece of fabric that I don't really need. But this is what I have so far. And I even have the butterfly on the bottom. This is such a fun stitch. I love the colors. So yeah, I just need to get working on this too. You're gonna hear that a lot too. I need to get working on this. Get working on it. And then I have a massive, amazing palette of colors that is color and cotton, Victorian motto. I think there's some, yep, Gentle Arts in here. And even some classic colorworks. We've got all the major players in this one. And so yeah, I have already destashed the other 2 charts to some other fun stitchers. This is a stitch and get on it. Okay, next up, what do we have here? Oh yes, this is by Fuzzy Fox Designs. And this was a start in when? I don't have a sticker on here. Oh, how very dare I not give myself information. Past me. Anyway, this is Nativity Biscornu pattern. And so I purchased this off her Etsy, I believe. Super fun pattern. And then I happened to purchase these 2 Lakeside linens from someone. They're both 32 count. They are both a small cut or a Stitcher's 8th. One is in green tea and one is in Lakeside blue. And they just happen to be like perfect for this. I don't like linen though. And so this is what I have. I have one of the shepherd areas complete, and then the fence on the other side, and then absolutely nothing on the blue. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is I think I'm going to ditch this and see if anybody wants to pick it up from me. And obviously go buy their own. I'll even sell it with the floss and stuff too, but they'll have to go get their own pattern because obviously it's a digital pattern. So I think this is a ditch. I love it, but I don't love stitching on it. Okay, and that's a little floss buddy thing. Okay, so next, let's see what we got. Okay, next up we have a Stitchy Princess design, and this is, I actually showed this, I think, in my last video, 139, and this is Alice in Wonderland. It is a fun little, like, Alice in Wonderland, sort of Quakerish inspired. So fun, so cute. And I am stitching this on what? On what am I stitching this on? What am I stitching this on? Don't know. My guess is it's probably like a random piece of color and cotton or something. And this is what I have. So I do actually have more done than I think the last time I showed it. I got some of the Queen of Hearts, like her head, her neck, her face, her arms. So yeah. I love her designs. They're so fun. This is a definite stitch. This is just, I need to get it out. And these have been living in these giant buckets. I can't find anything. Obviously, that's not conducive to working on any of these. We're going to put that in there. Okay, next up, what do we have? Is this even started? Are you even started? No, you're not. Why are you in here? Be gone. You're in kidded projects. Y'all, all, you are too. Don't get me started. Okay, this is actually one of my more recent starts, and I actually don't know that I'm going to continue it in this way. We'll see. I'm not sure. But this is from Una Buena Piezza, and it is her incredible dinosaur, like, dino garden is what she calls it. So you got the dinos of the sky, the dinos of the land, and the dinos of the sea. My daughter loves dinosaurs. Yes, joy-filled teenager loves dinosaurs. It's got a lot of hopping around of colors, and so that's a little tricky. This is on a Mystic fabric. This is on Wolf's Bane, 16 count, and I have a puny little top left start with a pterodactyl. So, I love this. Oh, okay, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it. Am I keeping it? Maybe. I may rethink it. We'll see. Okay, next up, this was a February 2021 start, and this is the Stronger Together quilt block design from Fat Quarter Shop. I am stitching it on a piece of some kind of Aida. It's a printed fabric flare Aida. That's what I have. I think it's like a 14 count. And to be perfectly honest, I think I'm going to ditch this one. I have so many other things to stitch, and that makes me feel really bad, like, about it, but yeah, hold on, I don't want to lose this needle because I'm ditching it, so I'm taking the needle out. Did you notice that all my needles are in my fabric? Did you also know that that's not something you're supposed to do? Yeah, I do it anyway. For shame on me. All right, next up, we've got a December 2021 start. And this is the Barbara Anna Designs Christmas 2021 Mystery Sal. And it was during the time when she was doing all of the different dreaming gals. And so this is the Dreaming of Winter. It was a Mystery Sal. I love this so much. It's so pretty. And I am stitching this on a piece of color and cotton. It's Aida 16 count in Stormy Sea. And I'm using, I think the majority of these are just the called for DMC. And I have a fairly okay start on this. I'm stitching it on the bottom part so I can hopefully use the top for something else. So I've got a ton of her hair done. It's a lot of white stitching. And white stitching and I do not always agree with one another. Because for whatever reason, every stitch looks good until you start stitching, until I start stitching with white. And then it's like, rah, we look terrible. Hi, Weezy. What? You want to be on the camera? Well, come here. And come here. This is our Weasel Bees. Weasley, look. Say hello. Say hello. It's a doggy intermission. Doggy intermission. So this is Weasley. Weasley, look at the camera. Are you going to be stubborn? Yep. Okay. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. He's so greedy. All right, next up, we have a September 2020 start, and that is Vulture Villa. This was originally in the fall 2020 issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I decided I was going to stitch this as Turkey Townhouse and use a turkey from, I think it was the Turkey Trio pattern. Oh, sorry. This is from Lindy Stitches. Sorry. And I'm stitching this 2/2 on 25 count. Ash, Rose, Lugana. And so it's big. And so there's my Turkey Townhouse. So I think I want to finish this. And I think it would be a pretty quick one. So I think I'm going to put it in my quick, like, finish it. Like Waffle Lot and Turkey Townhouse. Get finished. Okay, next up. This is a modern folk embroidery. Started in May of 2020. It was a Mania start that year. I didn't do Mania much past that. This paper has seen better days, but this is Spring Dance. And this is a beautiful chart. Gorgeous chart. I love it. It reminds me of like Maypole dances back when I was like in 5th grade. I'm stitching this with a Hank skein of Silks for You in PR 052. And what I did was I cut it into the lengths and I braided it, and I have a rubber band on each end. But it's a beautiful mix of teals and blues. And then this is on a piece of 18 count Mummy by Bee Stitch Me. Oh, there's another needle for you. And the way that I know what is up is that I'm usually, when I start, this is my top left corner is where the selvage is. If I don't have selvage, then I sometimes mark it. But this is what I have so far. So we've got our cute little dancing girl. The middle block is done. And then their garlands are hopefully, fingers crossed, going to connect. So, yes, I'm going to keep this. I need to get back in the habit now that I'm kind of wanting to stitch more of pulling out things on their birthdays. So obviously this one's not coming out until May, but it is possible that I find a way to touch it before then. We'll see. All right, next up, what do we have? This is Square Dance by Heart and Hand. This is on 18 count mystery fabrics. It's actually, a lot of them are on different fabrics, and I started this originally in February of 2020, and I have them almost all finished. Almost all. So a lot of them I took inspiration from Priscilla's conversion, stitching with the housewives. She has up through, see, this is where my dilemma comes. She has like up through September on her blog, stitching with the housewives. Past that, she doesn't. And so now I'm like, I'm lost. I'm lost without her. So we have January is the snowmen. February is the hearts, and I think I did the conversion on that one. March is this, is so cute. It's the birds. It's for the birds. April, I know this is mine because I did heirloom style carrots. So I have like purple carrots and striped carrots and gold carrots and things like that. May is the cutesy little flowers. June, popsicles, love it. July, oh, the fish. Oh my gosh, I love it. And it's kind of got a patriotic vibe. The August is the bees. And this definitely was one I used of hers. And then September with the chickens in her kind of preferred color palette. So here's the deal. If I called this done now, I'm going to have October, November, December not done. So that's one problem. Another problem is of October, November, and December. I like October. I like December. I don't understand November with pineapples. Maybe that's just me not getting it. That doesn't speak to me. So then I'm like, okay, what could I stitch in there? Leaves? Pumpkins maybe? And gourds? I mean, I think those are supposed to be pineapples. Maybe they are pumpkins and gourds. I don't know. Anyway, I just need to get on this and finish them. But I'm mentally blocked against them. October is also my birthday month. And while, yes, I like owls, like I'd much rather do something fun like party hats. So I guess I need to just kind of start putting my mind to that. I'm not going to get rid of it because I went and put so much into this. Obviously, I'm not ditching the ones I've already done. But am I going to finish stitching them? I have no clue. We'll see. I'm going to put it in the keep pile for right now. Next up, May 2020, another one. This is from The Little Stitcher. And it's The Wizard of Oz. This is what I have. This is the pattern itself. It was a digital pattern. And I'm stitching this on some Lugana. This is 32 count Barnwood check Lugana, and I'm using the called for flosses. And I have a really cool needle minder on here, and I even said maybe I should just finish it with the needle minder as the 4th character. Because what I have right now is I have 3 of the main characters. I have the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, and the Scarecrow. And then my needle minder is Dorothy, and she's in like legitimately the right like size range. And then I have just the words on top, and then there's words on the bottom if I choose to do them. I would do the Yellow Brick Road. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to get rid of this one because even if I just finish the small little bits, I could keep Dorothy there and that could kind of be a cool finish, I guess. I don't know. Somebody did say that that would be a good idea. And I was like, yes, I agree. And it would save me some stitching. But see, that's the point, I guess, is that I worry that like I don't want to take shortcuts on things. So yes, while I'm a process stitcher, I also am a completionist. Eventually, I come back around to it, I want to complete it. And that's the problem with all of these charts. So next up we have a heartstring samplery design, and this is Love and Joy. And I started this in February of 2022. Cute little pillow finish from her. And this is on a 18 count color and cotton grab bag using Victorian Motto Candy Pink. And let me show you what that looks like. So it's this really pretty pink. And what do I have? What do I have? I have a little bit of a start. It's not much. It's not much. Can't. That crease is right in the wrong spot. So I have Come to You and some stuff. This is a ditch. I think it's a cute chart. I think it's, I love the floss. I will find something else to stitch with it, but this is a ditch. This is a bye-bye. All right, next up, and this is in an Allegro Stitches bag, which is a friend that I have that sent me this one, and it's so cute. This is Tiny Modernist Mouse's Schoolhouse, October 2021 start. Super cute little design. Love it. The mouse is the teacher, who apparently, I don't know even how she gets into that schoolhouse, but you know, and that's a gigantic apple. I am stitching this kind of outside the box on a color and cotton hot cocoa, and I'm using a mix of some flosses from my stash. Looks like Gentle Arts, color and cotton. Yep, Gentle Arts and color and cotton. And I'm loving how this red is stitching up. So the red is a prominent color in it, and this is Bing Cherry from color and cotton, and I love it. Look how cute that is. So it's on this really pretty hot cocoa colored fabric. So yes, and paying homage to the fact that I have just retired, at least for now, from teaching, I'm gonna finish this one. I love the little mouse figure, and I love this fabric. Color and cotton by far is probably my favorite. Mystic and Be Stitch Me are right up there too, to stitch on. So I'm keeping that. All right, next up, this is a Doreen Jones chart. It's titled Joy, and it was out of the Ultimate Cross Stitch Christmas issue 2018. It says Ultimate XS, so I'm guessing that's cross stitch. And I'm stitching this on an 18 count Monaco, which is an Oksana dyed one, again from that group. Started this in July of 2020, and I'm using Color and Cotton Dahlia, which is a beautiful, highly variegated floss. And this is what I have. So, and as much as I love this, this is a ditch. This is a ditch. I have Joy. I just don't need a giant Joy right now. Like I said, I have other things I want to stitch. I have other ornaments and things, you know, that I found along the way. At the time, I had this grand plan that I wanted to stitch all these different things that said Joy, and I have a lot of them, and create like a quilt. Well, I probably have enough for a small wall hanging, and I think that's where it just needs to live. Now, as to what I'm going to do with this, I'm not sure, because this was a digital pattern, I believe. So we'll see. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if I'll get rid of those flosses. I might. I may be coming with some D-stash soon. All right, next up we have a Barbara Anna. This was a February 2023 start, and this is titled Christmas Window, and this was in the 2022 Christmas Winter issue of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher. So cute. Love it. She's like a little elf sitting in the window. I believe I'm doing mostly all the called for colors. Ma'am, my stitching has disappeared. Apparently I haven't started this. I said I started it in 2023. I haven't started it. Put that over there. Whew. Have I started this? I have started this, yes. This was in December 2022. This is Little House Needleworks. This is my joy. I do think this one is super cute. And I am stitching this with what? With a beautiful Belle Soie in Red Fox. This came with it when I got this pattern. I don't remember where I got the pattern, but it had that Belle Soie. And then it's a Color and Cotton 16 count grab bag piece. And I have a manger. So in looking at this, obviously I'm not stitching all 4 of them because they're the exact same thing. I think this is probably going to be one that I'm going to pass off to somebody else and see if they want to stitch it. So yeah, that's where we are. That's a ditch. Sounds so negative when you say it's a ditch, but it's a ditch. It's a ditch. All right, next up we have, this was a 2020 September start on a 16 count mystery from Be Stitch Me. This is Poor and Needy by Lindy Stitches. As for me, I am poor and needy, but the Lord takes thought for me. I couldn't read backwards there for a minute. And it looks like I'm doing a conversion of my own choosing from my stash. Color and Cotton and Victorian motto. Yep. Yep. And then this is what I have so far. It's close, I think. So it looks like I have Lord Thought for me, and then I have the bottom little border and then this big border. Oh, it's a ditch. I'm sorry. Sorry, Lindy Stitches, I love it, but it's a ditch. She doesn't watch my videos, but I'll apologize anyway. It's a ditch. I may pass this one off to somebody. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Because it's a paper pattern and I have all the flosses, so maybe somebody will want to finish it off and treat it with care and concern. So we're gonna put that over there. Oh, we're getting a lot more ditches in here. A lot more ditches. Okay, this was an October 2020 start. Oh my gosh, we're already 47 minutes. We may have to take a pause and do this in 2 parts. This is Ink Circles. Arranging Sewing. Started this October of 2020. It's arranging the sewing kit, excuse me. I did arranging the toolbox for my husband and it turned out so cute, and I think this one's adorable. I need this in my crayon room. And this is on a Color and Cotton 18 count in aged paper. I am doing this with, I don't know if this is the called for or not. Usually if it's not, I have like a conversion sheet, like a piece of paper with the conversion. I don't, but this is kind of the color palette. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Fun. I love that bright blue. And let's see what I have on this giant piece of fabric. That is what I have. So I have a lot of outlines. Basically, it's going to be like a coloring book. I just need to finish this. I'm going to put this in the get it done pile, which it's got a birthday coming up. So maybe I'll finish it on its birthday in October. All right, next up. Did I start this one yet? Let's see. Yes, I did. Okay, so just a tiny bit though. This is another Ink Circles. This is part of the stained glass Christmas ornament series, and I am doing this one, which is the holly. And I have the most minuscule of starts on this antique white Aida. I think it's like a 16 count. I don't know. January 2023 start, and I think this is the, yeah, that's the top, and that's what I have so far. Not much, but this is a keep. I like the Ink Circles. They're very, well, okay. I love them, They can be soothing. They can also be a counting nightmare. So there's that. All right, January 2023. This is a hello from Liz Matthews. I believe this was a freebie that came out with, yeah, a complimentary design. And this is called Winter Celebration Small. So cute. I'm stitching this on an 18 count color and cotton grab bag with a conversion of colors. Forbidden Fiber Co., Color and Cotton, and DMC Blanc. And I have the tiniest, when she says small, she means small. The tiniest little baby house, little pink house, hot pink house. So I am gonna keep this. I just need to get, these need to become like my car stitching because I sit in the pickup line now. I'm a carpool mom. But I mean, granted, and I don't mean that negatively, like that being a carpool mom. I'm actually like super pumped about it because, to be perfectly honest, I have always wanted to kind of be a carpool mom. But being the teacher meant that when my kid was in elementary school, she reported to my room after school. And then when she was in middle school, we were at 2 separate campuses and she just had to wait until I was there to pick her up. And so, yeah, I mean, I kind of love it. But I also want to say that it is not for the weak, because there are some people who need to learn that there are rules for everyone. And that is my soapbox, and I'm standing on it. I'm looking at you, moms and dads. Just because your car is big does not mean you can push people off the road. Anyway, okay, I digress. This one, February 2020. This was a freebie that Barbara Anna put out at the beginning of pandemical times. This is on a 25 count Lugana, and I started this 1/1 because my eyesight at 40, I wasn't even 40 at this point, I was going to turn 40, was a lot better. But this is light, super cute, love it. And like I said, this is on a 25 count Lugana. I have quite a bit done. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's incredible. Do not get me wrong. But like, there's no way now. Even with the fact that these are progressive lenses, I don't think there's any way. I think we're calling her done. But I think what I might do is figure out if there's a way to finish it so that it's like her like this. I don't know. We'll see. But it's a ditch. It's a not active whip anymore. I'll put that in that pile. Okay, let's see. We may take a pause after this because we're almost in an hour. All right, next up, Lizzie Kate. This is an old snippet. Come Let Us Adore Him. I think I purchased this from 123 Stitch at some point when they took over her catalog. This is on 16 count color and cotton grab bag with a mix of Victorian Motto, Forbidden Fiber, Color and Cotton, and Gentle Arts. And this is a, yeah, grab bag fabric. And I think I have no clue which way this goes. I really don't know. Yeah, I don't know. This is a ditch. I don't even know which way my stitching goes. Is that sad? Yeah. I could figure it out, but I'm going to go ahead and ditch this one. So yeah, that's a ditch. This one is, I just need to get it finished. This is September 2020 start. This is a Cherrywood Design Studios, and this is the first in their dictionary celebration series, and this was gift. 18 count Fog Ada from Picture This Plus, and I'm using, it's only got 2 colors, Victorian Motto Heavenly Rose and Gentle Arts Amethyst. And like I said, I just need to get this finished. I do not have much. It looks like I have the rest of the gift up here, the big gift, and then the picture of the baby Jesus. So this is going to go in my get it finished pile. Get it finished. Quit procrastinating. Quit pro-stitching. I don't think that's a real word. Just let me have it. Okay, I don't know what's going on up here. I've got stuff in multiple piles. I'm going to have to go back. Okay, next up, Modern Folk Embroidery. This is Noel Pillow. So fun. I love me a good Christmas stitch. Love it, love it. This is on what? When did I start this? I started September 2020. This is on 18 count rows by Color and Cotton using Color and Cotton Carmine. So let's pull out. Let's see what we got here. So this is the beautiful flosses. That's Carmine. So it's a real pretty berry red with some like hot pink in there too. And I mean, get it done, girl. Get it done. You've done all this. At this point, I have the Noel in the middle and some of the little ornament things in the middle. So we're going to put this in the get it done. Get it finished. You can do this. Quit procrastinating. Okie dokie. Next up, Tiny Modernist. This was a September 2020. I started a lot of things in 2020 because I wanted to start all things. This is Tiny Modernist. This was in the Just Cross Stitch February 2022 issue. This is on an 18 count fabric. This is Cabin in the Woods. And got the back? Yeah, that's the back. That's what I have, and this is a ditch. So, super cute, but I'm gonna pass on it. Again, I have other things I want to stitch more. And I don't think I'll miss it. I think typically what I do, I've done this before, and what I do is I kind of put them off to the side because I'm not gonna get them like listed and destashed and all that right away because I haven't even attempted to tackle my craft room. That is a whole nother can of disgusting worms. Not disgusting. Chaotic worms. That I'll put these to the side, and as I'm going through, I'll decide how I want to get rid of them and if I want to restart them in some other way, like whatever the case may be. All right, next up, we've got another Barbara Anna. And this is, I think I restarted this one. I did. I totally did. This is Dreaming Frida. And I started it the first time on a Color and Cotton 20 count Aida in sandstone. So that was my first start. And this is, I started this in April 2021. I'm doing this with a conversion of flosses from my amazing stash, which includes the silken colors. I'm using this for her hair exclusively. English, let's see, Forbidden Fiber, Color and Cotton, DMC, many others, and a Gentle Arts. So yeah. And I've got strings hanging everywhere. So then I moved it to what did I move to? 18 count Victorian Motto Colonial because I was not enjoying the 20 count. And I have a ton more done, as you can see. And on the original chart, I don't have the finished one, but it has, I'm actually not sure what is stitched in the hair based on this. I know it's a word or a design or something. So I chose to use the silken colors so you get some fun variegation and excitement in there. And so I'm excited to work on this. I love Barbara Anna. Love it. Love everything she does. Love it. So I do have my little pitiful start on my 20 count. It can just stay. I'll maybe turn it into like a little cute button needle minder or something. That goes over here. Okay, next. Did I even start this? We have some projects that jumped into this bin that have not been even started. You are kidded. You do not go in here. Go over there. Thank you. All right, next up, we've got Little House on the Prairie. And this is by Pedal Pusher. So we went through an amazing period of time. Loved it, by the way. Reading all the Little House books. They read Little House in the Big Woods when my daughter was in 3rd grade. And then we got the whole set and we read through them all. Loved it. Amazing times. I wish we could go back to that. This was a start in December of 2022. And this is on a Color and Cotton grab pack piece that I think is a 14 count. Yeah, 14 count. And I have, which way do you go? I have some grass that the house sits on. So I am going to finish this because we have a beautiful set of books and I think it would be fun to have this with it. I just, like I said, I just haven't been into stitching until recently. And then all this stuff's been chilling in these giant bins. And then I'm like, what do I want to stitch? And so it's nice to get to go and see all of the projects again and kind of get my eyeballs on them and give a moment's thought to them. Okay, did I even start this? Yes, I did. Okay, so what's funny is I actually watched back my 135 video and I had talked about this and how I thought I was going to ditch it. So this is Fourfold Bounty by Ink Circles. This is a Patreon from August 2020. And I talked about how I was going to ditch this project. It's still in my bin. I don't know what I'm doing. So I am going to ditch this though. It's a cool one, but I'm just not feeling it. Not feeling it. This is a ditch. I'll show you. But I had grand plans for this, and it's just not going to happen. This is from the Stitch Patterns. I believe they're on Etsy. You Are My Sunshine. Counted pattern. I have some. It's even still on the hoop. I basically have the sun in tent stitch, like half stitch, so then I can go back and cross it. I mean, it's cute. I just don't think I'll ever finish it. I'm gonna put it in my no thank you. Ooh, next. No thank you next. All right, next up we've got Time for God. This is a Lizzie Kate pattern. This is December 2021 start. And it is happy times praise God, difficult times seek God, quiet times worship God, etc., etc. I am stitching this on a really pretty piece of color and cotton fabric in Petunia, 18 count, with a variety of color and cotton flosses. So this is what I have so far. So this had an accident. It was in a bag next to my chair. Weasley, the one you saw, who's so cute, jumped up on the chair and knocked a coffee down in there. This is hand-dyed fabric with hand-dyed flosses. I don't know what's going to happen. So I actually am going to ditch this because half the fabric is still good. The top part, I cannot. But what's kind of cool, and I can't show you right now, but I'll post it on my Instagram, is I actually, for my previous position where I was teaching, I love to decorate the windows of my classroom. I had 3 hallway facing giant windows, like 36 by 36, 3 on one side, 3 on the other. And it took me till the last like month and a half. I'd been in that room for 5 years to realize that I could be doing something with the safety grid that was in the windows, because they're the kind that had the wire running through in a perfect grid pattern. I actually, because I taught in a Christian school, I created this design on 3 of the windows, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you got to leave it up when you leave. I didn't, because I didn't feel like that was fair to the person who was coming along behind me. So I've actually already stitched this in paint. I did it with paintbrush and a paint pen, and paint pen. Actually, I think I did it all paintbrush. So with that being said, I've already stitched that, and I'll post a picture, like I said. Next up, we have a January 2020 start. This is Long Dog Samplers, Count Your Blessings instead of sheep. This is on an 18 count. It's a picture this plus. It feels, it's the floppy. And that's what I have. And honestly, I think I'm going to even up this side, and then I think I'm going to finish it. Be done with it. Like, just make it a small little finish. It's a beautiful chart, but I just, yeah. So I'm pretty much going to finish the motifs that are here and here. Sorry, I'm not meaning to flip you off. And just leave it at that. It's beautiful. I just will there's no way. I know myself. As much as I love that, I love these, to watch videos of people who do these deep, intricate stitches and just, oh my gosh. I mean, Stitchin' Mommy with all her full coverage. I think she is amazing. I cannot. It's just not in my mental capacity. I think I'm a little too much of an ADHD stitcher. All right, next up, Barbara Anna, All Creatures Great and Small, May 2020 start. This is a massive project. And that's what I got. That's the project. It's huge. I love it, but it is a ditch. And this is on, what is this on? 18 count Ada from Oksana. So just like a dyed. Grass was killing me. Grass was killing me. So yeah, as much as I would love to keep working on this, again, it's just not in my wheelhouse. So I've got some good fabric that I can cut across and on the sides and stuff, not waste that. But yeah, this is going to be a ditch, which is sad because I know the last time that bumped y'all. The last time that I had talked about this project and kind of whip paraded it and all that, I had said, oh, I'm just gonna put it on the back. Like, I had said no, and everybody's like, put it on the back burner, it'll be okay, you'll come back to it. I have no interest and it makes me really sad because it's a beautiful pattern. All right, next up, we've got some mini stockings from Satsuma Street. So there's 4 of them. This is a December 2022 start. And I believe that the one I have started on, yes, is this one with the angels and the trumpets and the tree. I love the colors. Oh my gosh. And this is on, I think, a 16 count navy Aida. And I did a middle start, and that's what I have. And to be perfectly honest, as much as I love these, I think for now, I'm gonna ditch these because I actually think these would make really good needlepoint projects. And that's the thing, is that needlepoint for me right now, where like my stitching time is like in the car, little bits here and there at night or early in the morning, having something like needlepoint where it's already there and I'm just doing the process of stitching and not the thinking and the counting. That's why you'll see some of these projects I have, like I have sections where it's just this tent stitch because I've done the counting while I could. Yeah. All right, next up, we've got Hello Dear, which caterpillar cross stitch. Okay, this was a stitch along. Started it back in September 2020. When it came, I had actually chosen to change my fabric from what was sent to me. This was another one that Caterpillar Cross Stitch partnered with me on. They probably learned their lesson and stopped partnering with me because I just stitch a lot of things and don't finish anything really. But this is what I have so far. So I did make some good progress. Still a really cute piece of like pink and white dotted Lugana, like speckled Lugana. I just don't know that I'll ever finish it. I'm gonna put this in the I need to think about it pile. Yeah, I think I need to put it in that pile. So that's what's in here. And it actually, this was the fabric that it had come with, which was a Lugana as well. Just like a cream Lugana. Go over there. Okay, let's keep moving. Oh, another caterpillar cross stitch. This is where my shame comes in. This is Made to Create. Okay, another one of the amazing stitch alongs using the called for fabric, the Aida. And that's what she wrote. An E and an A. Yeah. We're in the shame part of my yeah. I don't think that's gonna get finished. We've got Garden Grow Sal, which I did show in, again, 135, January 2023. Again, another caterpillar cross stitch. I'm sorry, Sally. This is the Garden Grow Sal. Super cute needle minder. Super cute. Norman. I call him Norman. This is on the kit Aida in a pretty like dusty blue. And I literally think I'm exactly where I was the last time I showed it. With the mushrooms and the little pumpkins. So yeah. I'm just gonna put you over there. Go over there, please. All right, next up in this really pretty bag. This is a fan favorite from days gone by. Excuse me. This is a 2019 birthday start from 2019. This is Ink Circles Rosetta. Reminds me of stained glass windows. I actually, on my flosses, have a keychain that we got at the St. Patrick's Cathedral from New York City on one of our trips. I'm using a whole slew of gorgeous colors from Gentle Arts. All of the borders are in Gentle Arts cinders, and then I have a rainbow of other beautiful jewel tones. This is on, I believe, a 20 count. Yes, 20 count Opal Aida in Snert from Mystic Fabrics. And I am over halfway done. Halfway was this one. So I have this one more here, and then 4 more across the bottom. And that's where I hit the pinks. So left to stitch on, or left to stitch. Let's see. Because right now, this motif is in Butter Crunch. So I've used all these. So next, the one on the end of that row will be in Bittersweet, which is a pretty like melony clementine orange. Then starting the next row, you've got Coral Reef, Pomegranate, geranium. Love, 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 love that geranium. And I think this is, oh yeah, pink azalea. So I've already stitched in, just to give you, in case you're curious, verdigris, dragonfly, cucumber, island blue, corn husk, gold leaf, and like I said, I'm finishing up the motif that's in butter crunch. So yeah, there she is. So pretty. I will finish this someday. I mean, this is, if it doesn't get done, you know, by its 10th birthday, it doesn't, but it would be kind of cool if it did. Or sooner. Sooner would be better. Let me put this back in here. We don't lose anything. All right, let's keep motoring. We're gonna do one video, I think. All right, unless my phone dies out on me, like doesn't have enough room. All right, next up, another caterpillar cross stitch. This is Lucky Nutcracker style. Kit Ada came with it. And we have a super cute nutcracker and a tree, presents, and some holly. So, yep. Caterpillar cross stitch patterns need their own category, I think. Category of put these in your area to make you feel badly about how many projects you have that are not finished. Because here's another one. And this one is, I think, the most recent one. This is the Spooky Street, I think is what it was called. Where is my paper for this? Like my main paper. Witchy Way. Spooky Street, Witchy Way. And I literally have almost the first release done. And so it may be that I finish this release. Look how cute the needle binder is. And then I'm done. Or I may continue on. I don't know. It's so cute. It's so cute. I don't know where the rest of the stuff is for this kit. Because like I have the flosses and the fabric. I just don't know where the like kit board thing is. That's Garden Grow. Okay. Okay, we can move out of this now. This is Prairie Fairies from Prairie Schooler. And this is on, I'm doing a conversion, I know. And this is on, what is this on? It's a fabric flare, I think. Yep. Pale gray gingham. So for those who don't know, this was they re-released this. These originally I think had been all separate cards. They all have a stitching sort of a theme to them of sorts, or a garden theme. And there's 5 of them, and I'm stitching them vertically. So this is the one that's on the Bluebird. My Little House Needleworks, I mean, my Little House on the Prairie is on the wrong project. So yeah, I'm using a conversion on this. I don't know. I'm gonna keep this in the question mark pile. We shall see. Because I've already done some of the borders, obviously, down to the next one. This is October 2021. Next up, we have another Barbara Anna. This is the Christmas Tree of Magic. So this was one that she partnered with Nitka Moscow at the time. I don't have a full picture, but that's that. They also had Tree of Magic, which I've already ditched that one. This is on a Lugana. I think it's a 25 count, like in a really pretty bright blue. And that's what I have. So I think, if I'm correct, this is a pattern that's on my iPad. Let's see. Got that. There's this one and 2 more, and they get bigger. So this is a question mark. This is a question mark. I love it. But again, it's a big pattern. I think it's a ditch. Yeah, I think it's a ditch. But I have the paper pattern, so I can pass this off to somebody. I can't guarantee there wouldn't be a stitching mistake that I was trying to fudge somewhere in there. All right, next up, I showed this one in my 135 video. This is Long Dog Samplers High and Dry. High and Dry. Love this. This is on a 16 count blush Ada from Color and Cotton. Stitching this with DMC 3865. And that's what I have so far. I'm currently working on page 2. So not much more than what I had the last time I showed it. But I love the color combo. It is a fun stitch. I'm going to hang on to it for now. Sometimes on some of these bigger ones when I've ditched them early on, but like I have a good amount, I'll find a way to make it work. I don't think this one has started. Hold on. Pause for a moment, please, while I investigate. Nope, not started. This is a kitted. We may be getting done sooner now because I'm seeing all these that are just kitted projects. are you? Are you kitted? Let's check you out. What are you? Yep, you're kitted. We're moving. Sorry. This is the problem. This is a problem, folks. A problem. A problem. Because all of these are just literally just kitted. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I am not prepared. Is this started? What are you? Nope. Are you started? Nope. Are you? Nope. We're getting a theme here. Okay, are any of y'all started down in here? Maybe? Maybe? Nope. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, we might be done, folks. Nope, nope. No. No, no. That is literally a piece of fabric. No. No. Although, we may look at some of these, because I think some of these are going to be ditches. And they're kitted. So, let me see what's in here. This is another big giant bag. I made this bag. It's giant. It'll hold a big, long frame, though. Okay, this is a start, but I think this is one I want to rework. So this is from Stickadine von der Weidenberg. It's the Christmas Quaker Bell Pull. It's amazing. This is on a piece of fabric flare. And I'm stitching it with teals, pinks, whites. This is a better look at what the colors are. Like hot pink, double bubble, blush, pearl white, and hunter. These are all from Color and Cotton, and I have lots of them. And this is what I have. An M for Mary. So yeah, I need to just like I need to do more on it before I make a final call on this one. So I'm gonna put this in the stitch one. Okay, so I think that's it. Okay, yeah, I think that's it. I think everything else that's in this bin, yes, is kitted. Meaning it's not started yet. So there's no point in showing that in this video where we're talking about stitching and ditching, unless we want to go through that. Yep, let's go through it real quick. Okay, so we're going to go through these. These are things that are kitted, but not started. So first we've got Oh My Gosh by Heart and Hand. I've got flosses pulled for this from Stash, and oh wait, this one is started a little tiny bit. A little tiny bit of a start. So this one is a keep. It was going to be a keep no matter what, but it actually is started. So there you go. So that's a keep. Okay, this one I do not believe is started. I feel like this is the most chaotic thing ever. Okay, so I don't know where the pattern is for this, but it's A Mother Is by Primrose Cottage. I purchased the floss pack from the website, and I think I'm going to put it on this super cute fabric flare, I think. It's a 28 count Lugana, but it's in like that beehive print. I'm gonna contemplate that. I just got the pattern though. I think that's probably yes. This one is a Carolyn Manning, and this is the Farmer's Wife mini stitches. So there's one for each season. And I think I'm gonna pass on this for right now. I think I'm going to de-kit this one, which is a whole nother category. This is Sweet Wing Studios, and this was a Patreon exclusive of her Advent Christmas Ornaments 2025. I love these. There's a ton of different ones. So I've just pulled some flosses and some fabric, and I will pick some of the ones to stitch. So that is a keep. That is a keep. I don't have a pile for that yet. We'll put it there. Next up, this is a, who's this from? Abby Sue Designs. It's a Minnie Mouse Buffalo Plaid. I'm going to de-kit that. This one is also by the same designer in the same pattern pack, and it's meant to, I think, look like It's a Small World, but I'm going to de-kit that because I have another, in my opinion, much cuter one for It's a Small World. And I think it's in here, actually. This is an Owl Forest embroidery, and it's pumpkin carriage, and that's the flosses, I believe. Yeah, It has the flosses and the pattern. This was one, I think, if you purchased something and you asked for it, they would send it to you, kind of a thing. And then I have this blue Parisian stripe, which is very Cinderella coated. I am going to stitch this one. I think it's cute. So yeah, and I like the fabric I pulled for it. So there you go. All right, moving on up. This one is in Ink Circles. It's Goody Goody Gumdrops. This was another Patreon exclusive. She also had one that looked like bologna or olive loaf. I have a 16 count Color and Cotton like mystery pulled, and then these are the colors that I have pulled. And so I do think I will keep this one around for now. And yeah. Next up, Anna Stitching with the Housewives bag. I have a freebie, which is their thankful freebie. And I think I will keep this one. This is on I have like a dark chalkboard kind of looking. And then Floshes from Stash. So yes, this is a keep. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. Let's pull these out so I can put them in as I'm doing this. Kitted, kitted, kitted. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Next up, we have Fall Law to the 8th. This is Helen D. This is one of her patterns. And I can't really show you. I've stitched one of them already. But I do plan on stitching another one for one of Joyfield Little Ones, Joyfield Teenagers Teachers. And so I have the fabric and the floss in here. This is one that I think I'm going to go ahead and dekit. It's a fun pattern. It's by Aurora CS. I've had this for forever, and it's the backstitch Disney Princesses. I mean, maybe, I don't know. I have it in here with a fun piece of fabric, kind of has like pink and teal. It's really hard to see. And then I've got the black outline. I don't know. And then I considered maybe coloring, like stitching it in. So this is, I think, a dekit. I think it's a dekit. And then I already said, oh, this is another one of those Abby Sue. This is the reindeer ears mini. So this is another dekit. That's not a real term, but we're going to call it that. And then from Satsuma Street, I have the ornament set. This is, I don't know from when this is, but this one right here reminds me of It's a Small World. And so I'm going to change the 2020 to at least one of the years that we went to Disney and rode It's a Small World. I have ideas of how I could maybe do it where every year is on a different spire of it, but we'll see. And I have it just pulled with the DMC. Next up, Heart and Hand. We have a Christmas bird. Christmas bird. I think this is so cute. I love his long legs. And again, it looks to be a fairly quick stitch. And I already have stitched another one with the same palette. This one is Faith. It's on the same piece of fabric. And then palette of colors. So I am doing a little bit of color changing so that these kind of go together in the long run, in case I ever finish them actually into ornaments. Maybe. And then I do actually have another one of the Lindy Stitches. This is Eagle Manor. So there was a whole series of these in Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher. And so I have Eagle Manor, and I have it to go on the 25 count Lugana 2/2. So it'll be bigger. And I'm going to keep that in the kitted selection at this point. Because if I finish Turkey Townhouse, and it'd be fun to have the whole series, because I think I've already done the other ones. Maybe I haven't. I don't know. Maybe I haven't. Okay, next up in this bag, I created my own temperature stitch. It's block letters of the months. What am I talking about? Like the name of the month. So like January is right here, and then each of the letters is divided so there's enough for 31 days. And then I pulled, this is a gray. It's just literally called gray, 18 count from Be Stitch Me. And then I'm doing it all in colors of pinks. Code, please. Pinks. Oh my gosh, this is kind of chaotic. I haven't put them on a ring yet. And this is the outline, is this kind of evergreen color, but all pinks and and magentas and all of that. So I'm excited about that. Get in there. Oh my gosh. I need a sip of something, but my drink's too far away. It's in the kitchen. In there. And Weasley does not have thumbs. So, we're almost done though. I promise we're almost done. All right, next up we have, what is this? This is, oh yes, from My Big Toe Designs. And this was out of a magazine. I can't read that, but I think it's from The Gift of Stitching. And I think it's October, maybe of 2007 or 2003. Well, anyway, it's a new creation. And I think it's so pretty. And it calls for some silks, I believe. I'm doing it, I think, on this Swiss Coffee, which is a 18 count from Color and Cotton. Yes, it calls for dinky dyes in these really pretty colorways. So, and I got, I think, enough of them to do this design. I like that a lot. So I am going to keep that one. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I pushed these too far away from me and my short arms. I got long legs, short arms. All right, next up, what do we have? What is this? Oh yes, this is a Carolyn Manning Aurora Smalls. And I'm gonna think about this one. I have the Easy Count in here, Ada, and the colors in DMC. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna put it in here, but I'm gonna think about it before I like get go on starting it. All right, next up is, this is a design, Bent Creek, I believe. It's called Stars and Stripes. Looks like this. My pattern got a little messed up, and so I recharted it just real quick on like an online program. Pulled colors. We've got Victorian Motto, Gentle Arts. Yeah, Victorian Motto and Gentle Arts. And is that a Color and Cotton? No. And then this is some kind of neutral colored Ada. I don't know what that is. Oh my. I really do hope y'all are having a great Friday or Saturday or Sunday or whenever you're watching this, and that things are going well for you. I have, this is a Carolyn Manning, this is Sunshine. I think this one's so cute. I do like the block colors, and I think that it could be something I could easily do. I have just a white Ada, and then all the fun bright colors. And then I have this design that is Think Happy Thoughts, but I'm doing this one in needlepoint, and I don't want to get into needlepoint commentary today. So I'm just gonna say, shh, we didn't see that. We didn't see it. And actually, just kidding. That was for Happy Thoughts. This one is gonna be on this Ada. Kind of a more natural color, similar to the image on the front. Okay, next up, we're almost there. I have, this is from Donna Stitch, and she did Fantasy Kingdom, and I love this. It's so fun, so fun. And I have a fun Ada for this. I don't think I wrote down what it was. And then all the DMC, which I may put on floss rings at some point. Did I write down what the fabric is? No, I did not. So that's another kitted one that I think will be super fun to start. Next up, Zahara Designs, so you can see it. Stained glass temperature chart. I love this. I'm actually doing this one from, I have to think about what year I have. I have these all in a spreadsheet on my computer. The one with the months of the year is for this year, for 2026. I believe this one is for the year I was born. And I am doing this on Sampler Gold from Color and Cotton. And then I pulled all sorts of beautiful DMCs for this. So, yep. That one will get started at some point too. This one is a super cute little fun bright stitch. And this is from The World in Stitches. It doesn't really have a name, and it's, I think it was a freebie, and this is going to be on a 14 count Ada. Super cute, bright design, and it's kind of a mottled, creamy parchment kind of look, and then all the super bright colors. Looks like I pulled Coloring Cotton Boysenberry for one of the items. Maybe for that middle star. I'm not sure until I get a little further into it. So there's that. Ooh, the cleanup's gonna be fun. All right, now, there is a whole story somewhere back in my mini video where I saw this chart, loved it. It is Painted Wings by Kathy Barrick. And I happened to see it available randomly in her shop. And when I got it, it actually has a little note from her with her signature. And I was just fangirling. It's so amazing. I had started it initially on some linen. And I wasn't loving it. So I am going to restart it. I'm using this super fun bright yellow that was from a Mystic Fabric, excuse me, grab bag. Okay, so we've got that. And then this is kind of the color scheme I'm going with. Is these bright like greens, a purple, some teals. We've even got some silk in here. That's a Mosale Victorian motto. So this is kind of the look I'm going with. We'll see. We'll see. I didn't love how the first one was looking. That doesn't mean I'm not going to like this one. But I feel like I have to do it justice. But I'm not a super big, like, I love her colors, but I kind of just wanted to do something a little bit different. Okay, so let's see. So that's kind of a restart. And then this one, I have nothing kitted of this, but I do think this is cool. I'll show you anyway. This is Granny's Christmas tree. It's Granny Squares. It's Carolyn Manning. And so I have that. It's not really kitted. It's just in a bag. I got two more. I already showed you Christmas Window by Barbara Anna because I didn't realize it hadn't been started yet. And then this is an Ink Circles. This is Truly Endless Knot 2. And so it's a really tiny little picture, but it looks like tangled up Christmas lights. And so I pulled Black Ada for that. And then these fun colors. A super bright, like geranium red almost. Kind of a sagey-ish, minty-ish green. And then a light minty blue. And so, yeah, there's that. I think that might be it. And I really do appreciate you staying here for an hour and a half if you made it to this point. If you didn't, that is completely understandable. If you're having to watch this in more than one part, completely understandable. If you're not even looking at anything and just listening to me, you have my greatest appreciation for being here. I do want to say a special thank you to everybody who took an opportunity to leave me a comment or to like my last video. Any of you that left me comments expressing your sympathies about my dad and the other losses we've experienced as of late. It really does truly mean the world to me. I wanted to film this video, and I knew that in order to film this video, I needed to come up with like, hey, here's where I've been. This is what I've been going through. This is why I haven't been here. And to feel the excitement from some of you, I am so beyond grateful. I don't know what I can promise yet, but I do know that with car stitching, I will at least have something to show you. It may not be cross stitch, it might be needlepoint. It may be a whole whirlwind of things. It's kind of like how I changed my Instagram to Joy-Filled Annie, is because I eventually would like to get back on posting on there and just showing any and everything that I'm working on that's crafty or fun or interesting to me. I know that that will totally wreck any kind of algorithm that there is, but I'm not in it for the algorithm. I'm in it because there's some amazing people out here that over the years I felt connected to, and I have felt the pull to come back. So with that being said, we're going to do our hugs. I know I waited until the end last time, but that was truly because I just forgot. But we're going to do our hugs now, and I will try to do them earlier in the video in the future. So again, here we do virtual hugs. It's something I started during pandemic times, and a lot of people loved it, would call me out if I forgot it, which I thank you for that. I really do. I thank you for that. High fives. So yeah, let's do our hugs. We do one on each side, and then we hug ourselves, and we will close out with our outro jingle. All right, so let's bring it in. One side, the other side, and then hug yourself. And I do hope that you have a great day, night, middle of the night, lunch, whenever you're watching this. If you're watching this and you made it to this point, thank you so much. I love you all, and I am so happy to be back again. This video felt, again, very rusty. I will get better. I hope I will get better, but it will probably never be like some amazing production of a video, because that's just not who I am. So with that being said, have a great one. And I will say, so long, farewell. I'll see you soon, my friends. Goodbye. Goodbye, and happy, happy stitching.